safety away. There's Langham in coverage. And here's the problem. Turner doesn't buy the fake and is there to cover Harper and make the interception.
Meanwhile, Troy Aikman with Michael Dean Perry holding on. May not have had a chance to complete follow through. Well, Eric Turner, Bill Belichick says that he not only should make the Pro Bowl, he should be a candidate for the Defensive Player of the Year. And there's his 8th interception to deny Dallas. The Cleveland Browns, 10-point underdogs, lead the field with a 10-7 lead at the break. And the Browns, interestingly, moved the ball well on all 4 of their possessions against the Dallas defense. So from Texas Stadium, let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York. For the second half, the Browns will get the ball first, leading 10-7. A quick look at our Coors Light halftime statistics. An even game, total yards, 11 yards separating the two. The second turnover for Cleveland coming on the interception in the end zone. Biner fumbled away a possible touchdown, and Dallas wasted a field goal with a penalty.
And Cleveland has flat outplayed the Cowboys. Regardless of what those numbers indicate, they have been up and down the field and had their opportunities.
And Vinny Testaverde, a very impressive half, being compared with Troy Aikman. So as Boniol tees it up, it'll be Baldwin and Metcalf at the 5-yard line for Cleveland. Eric Metcalf, who played at the University of Texas. Randy Baldwin from Mississippi. Short to Baldwin. And down the sidelines to the 43-yard line. Good field position for Vinny Testaverde. So the Cleveland Browns come in to measure themselves as they head for the playoffs with the best in the National Football League. And Emmitt Smith suddenly, and Mike Ditka pointed it out, he does so well in the one drive, then he disappears.
Yeah, I don't know what has happened to the the Dallas Cowboys choices here. I mean, Cleveland has dominated the first half. Cleveland's got to keep it clean in the second half. And for the Dallas Cowboys, I mean, the Cleveland defense has given them a lot of different looks, so there's not really something that Dallas can go to that works and works consistently, Dick.
And a storm.
Thanks, Dick. I talked to Barry Switzer at halftime. He said he wasn't concerned about Troy Aikman, although he admitted, obviously, Troy's timing was off, especially at the start of the game. He thinks Troy's in a rhythm now. Doesn't care too much about Troy. Thinks he's going to be okay. What he does care about is the running game and Emmitt Smith, who has 68 yards rushing, but a lot of that came on that big run that he had early in the game. Also on defense, he says he wants a lot better tackling. He's not happy with the fact that they haven't been able to stop Leroy Horde. Dick.
Smith was 68, Hannah, and 58 yards for Horde at the half. And here's Leroy Horde driving for a first down at the Dallas 46. So comparing the two top runners, and Horde holding his own against the All-Pro Emmitt Smith.
How about that 6.4-yard average for Leroy Horde? I mean, that's second and just over 3. That's a beautiful situation to put your offense and offensive coordinator in. Emmitt, on the other hand, his next carry can go for 50. You know, Horde is not going to bust one. Emmitt can at any moment.
Eric Metcalf comes in for Horde. Testaverde exchanges a final word with him. A first down at the Dallas 46. To Metcalf. Well thrown. And well covered by Darren Smith. And there's the speed of the Cowboy outside linebackers. And they just can run with those halfbacks.
And he's not the best one. Dixon Edwards, the other linebacker, is the faster of the two. But again, thrown well by Vinny Testaverde. Hits Metcalf in stride. And you're right. Darren Smith right there to bump him out of bounds. Hold him to just a 3-yard gain. That's the secret to this Dallas defense. They want strength, but speed is absolutely mandatory.
Joe Gibbs may like speed on the racetrack, but Jimmy Johnson loves speed on the football field. That's how he drafted. Here's Horde. And they love him in Cleveland, though he does cough it up as he has today because he's such a hard driving player. He really epitomizes the history of the Cleveland Browns with their big fullbacks through the years.
I see it. Excellent job by the front 5 of the Cleveland Browns, too. That's Doug Dawson, 69, with a good push. And you're right. Leroy Horde, he stays very close to those blockers.
Third down short three. Tough catch by Michael Jackson. Well, he dropped an easy one, and with two Cowboys right on him, he's able to spear that one for a first down at the 35.
And this is a delay outside. You might catch Jackson going inside ever so slightly. Vinny rolls, double coverage, and he's still able to make the catch. See, it looked like he almost caught the back end of that football. This one is rifled. Yeah, that one almost got through his hands, and he still hangs on. Nice catch, Jackson.
Who has the touchdown reception at the end of the first quarter. 10-7, Cleveland leads. Leroy Hoare battling for the extra yard to the 32-yard line, the 31. They'll spot it. Robert Jones from East Carolina, the middle backer, to make the stop. Jones, who was not one of the favorites of Jimmy Johnson, and felt relieved that with the coaching change he'd get more of an opportunity to play, and he is their leading tackler.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, he was kind of attached to Dave Wannstedt. They were really close. When Wannstedt left and Nort moved inside, he kind of got lost, but he's reemerged as a great player.
Testaverde down the middle, and it's going to be intercepted by Larry Brown. No one near Brown, and he returns it to the 12-yard line.
That's got to be on the receiver. Vinny's looking down the field. Come on, run the right pattern. It'll be an interception against Vinny Testaverde. But Michael Jackson, 81, apparently runs the wrong pattern, and it results in an interception by Dallas.
Brown's fourth of the year.
By Geo, inviting you to get to know Geo Prism. Available only at your Chevrolet Geo dealers. By Domino's Pizza. Inviting you to get to know Geo Prism. Available only at your Chevrolet Geo dealers. By Domino's Pizza. Call now and order new buffalo wings, and we'll deliver them with your pizza. It's gotta be Domino's. By Compaq. Look for the new Presario computers for that small business you call home. And by Transamerica. The people in the pyramid are working for you.
Well, there are interceptions, and then there are really gift interceptions. No one close to Larry Brown. Dallas from the 12, Emmitt Smith gains 2. Let's go to the interception. Why was there no one there for Testaverde?
Dick, as you look at the all-22, here's the matchup. Testaverde is trying to influence the safety, and he doesn't see Michael Jackson slip. There is contact between the corner and the receiver, and that's past the 5-yard. Well, it's close. But Testaverde doesn't see Jackson fall down, and you're right, it's an easy interception.
So each team with 2 turnovers. And Testaverde has been plagued by the interceptions this year. Smith. And you can almost hear Barry Switzer in that locker room at halftime. Give the ball to Double Deuce.
Yeah. He's carried a heavy load for the Dallas Cowboys this year. In fact, 323 carries coming into the game today, the most in the league. And he doesn't mind. I asked him, I said, how do you stay fresh? He says, I get a complete body massage twice a week. It takes out all the aches and pains. And
2 hours per massage.
Yep. Just keeps me well. Keeps me
something like
flexible.
hedonism. Nothing like hedonism.
Yeah, that's right.
Flag down. And that might be against the Browns. Thrown by the head linesman. And it would give Dallas a first down if against Cleveland. Like someone might have moved before the snap on the Cleveland side.
Offside. Defense number 92. 5-yard penalty. The yardage will be a first down.
Well, instead of 4th and 4, Michael Dean Perry with his second offside.
See, Michael Dean has basically been no factor today. Not because he's not a great player, but because of his bad back. Not been able to practice all week. Took himself out of the game last week. He sent Jones back to the sideline. Said, I'm staying here. You go on the sideline.
Well, he likes to crowd that neutral zone, and they're watching that much closer this year. Emmitt hit in the backfield by Rob Burnett, the 5-year end from Syracuse, who leads the team in sacks and has drawn the praise of his head coach.
Bill Belichick thinks that Burnett is probably their best defensive lineman. Originally, when he was drafted, Bud Carson was the defensive coordinator of Cleveland, and they drafted him because he was about 6'4", 250, and could really get up the field. Well, he's gained 30 pounds, and now has become a real tough run defensive end for the Browns.
2-yard loss. Fake to Smith. Throw to Smith. And Pepper Johnson makes the tackle at the 25, where it will be 3rd and 7. 3 catches for Emmitt Smith to go with another busy running day. Troy Aikman, who said, I'm going to be as well armored as John Elway next year. He said, I'm going to wear braces on both knees. I'll get used to them in the offseason. Said he just feels that's the smart way to go. Aikman, who, remember, like Smith, they're both young stars. Aikman's only 28, the youngest quarterback of the division leaders, and Smith is only 25. To Smith, and tried to check out the linebacker, and he saw Frank Stams there. Might not have made the first down anyway, and on comes the Dallas punter.
Good coverage that time by Cleveland. I mean, it was an easy choice for Troy Aikman. Emmitt Smith was the only guy open.
So John Jett to punt. Looking for something a little longer, but they're trying to keep the ball away from Metcalf, who drifts back to the 30. Short again, and this is returnable. Metcalf at the 36. But this saw nothing up the middle and headed for the sidelines, where a flag is thrown. 38-yard punt, 5 on the return. Out of bounds around the 43-yard line. What's a group of zebras? That's probably not just a herd. It's probably a fancy.
With unsportsmanlike on number 31 of the kicking team. He was pushed out of bounds, but he made no attempt to get back in the field, to get in the field of play. 15-yard penalty.
What?
Bob Trumpy will explain that to you when we return.
Who?
A confusing penalty. Joe Avizano, the Cowboys special teams coach, very angry. It was before the Browns had possession, so the 15-yard penalty, or half the distance, marked back to the 12-yard line. We'll show you what happened as Brock Marion took the route through Plano by way of Waco to try to get in on that play. There's Brock Marion, and
I think Joe Avizano is saying he's not even on the punt team. He's not on the punt team.
He went out of bounds and made no effort to get back in play. In fact, if we have a chance, he ran behind the Dallas bench. So Jett punts again to the dangerous Metcalf at the 45. Tries to get outside, and a good open field tackle by Dave Thomas.
Pass penalty, middle of the punt. Here's Metcalf, but look over here on the Dallas sideline. As we roll the tape, you're going to see someone running down the sideline. He is, in fact, on the punt team, and the officials determined he made no effort to get back on the field of play, but he did come out with a nice glass of water. But because he made no serious effort to get back on the field of play, it's a 15-yard penalty. Dallas had to punt again. And they say it was Brock Marion, 31. Joe Avizano, the special teams coach, is saying he's not even on the punt team.
Bill Belichick, the coach of the Browns, feels it has been happening far too often, and he has been lobbying for that penalty and wins that one. Cleveland gives to Leroy Horde, and he's into Dallas territory near the 47-yard line. We're under 8 minutes left in the third quarter. The Cleveland Browns lead the Dallas Cowboys 10-7.
Probably a surprise to a lot of people that Cleveland leads. They lose this week. This is a pressure game for the Cleveland Browns, and frankly, Dick, they've responded.
whistle down by Tolbert, a yard shy of a first down. You mentioned the Cleveland-Pittsburgh game a week from tomorrow. They're already talking in those two cities and that's such a tremendous rivalry game, that will be the biggest game ever between those two cities, because when Pittsburgh was great, Cleveland was down. When Cleveland up, Pittsburgh's been down. The two teams battling for that Central Division. What a huge game that'll be in the Midwest next Sunday.
Yeah, there might be a concrete wall put right between the two cities on the freeway going down there.
3rd and 1, and Ernest Biner denied. The big cat Leon left.
We've not heard much from Leon Lett today, but watch the job he does on Doug Dawson. This is a very strong player. Just throws Dawson out of the way. When the cat wants to play, he plays like a big cat. Again, watch the strength. Just throws Doug Dawson out of the way.
It's the first time the Browns have been denied on 3rd and short. They'd made the previous 5. And Chupa to punt. High, but off the side of his foot. And Cleveland covers it at the 22-yard line. Louis Riddick, and we have a timeout.
Eastern, the race for the playoffs is on. John Elway and the Broncos have won 7 of their last 9. Now they face Jeff Hostetler and the Raiders in a big AFC matchup.
Raiders, Broncos. It's going to be a Wild West showdown.
Or the New York Giants take on the Bengals, or regional action Sunday at 12:30 Eastern on NBC.
Definition of a man. A tourist in Texas wearing that outfit.
How about that outfit? What's that guy?
Well, that's the Dog Pound. Hanford Dixon started that a few years back, and it's become the Cleveland image. And this defense living up to that. First down, Dallas, trailing 10-7, and down goes Aikman. Anthony Pleasant. Contradicting his last name as he barrels in on the Dallas quarterback.
Boy, he does a bull rush on Tuanay. Tuanay, one of the best offensive tackles in the league. Watch this bull rush. See the hands by Anthony Pleasant? The Cleveland Browns have employed a taekwondo expert to help their offensive and defensive line with hand fighting. Boy, he just pushed Tuanay's hand up, ran right through his chest for the sack.
Second sack for Cleveland. Dallas second best in the league protecting quarterback. Cleveland's the best in the league. Aikman, 2nd and 17, down the middle and batted away. Veteran Don Griffin getting a left hand.
Oh, this game is unfolding now to the perfect liking of Bill Belichick. This is the double zone, corners out, safeties deep. Excellent play by Don Griffin. You know, long field behind the defense, make Dallas throw.
Interesting move by Michael Irvin. What's that good old boy top of the helmet? See you later.
That's the receiver's equivalent of the swim move that you hear.
That's right. a little crawl. Aikman now 11 for 21. Under pressure again. Goes deep down the middle to Irvin. Batted in the air. The second interception for Eric Turner. And they have their hands in another, and Turner might have caught that one on the end of a thumb or finger.
We saw him get an extra shoulder pad on the sideline a little bit. He doesn't really take any contact here, but he does have to stretch for it. This time it's Langham. Last time it was Griffin. When he reaches for it, looked like he stretched his shoulder out a little bit.
But here's Antonio Langham, this rookie from Alabama, their #1 draft pick. He was the 9th player selected. He is gold, isn't he?
Learning quickly.
Jett, the punt from his own 5. Slices one. And Cleveland will get the ball at the Dallas 45-yard line on a 30-yard punt by John Jett. Timeout.
By the U.S. Army. Beleaguered Bengals coach David Shula is the beneficiary of a pair of late-season saviors, leaping wide receiver Carl Pickens and Cinderella sensation Jeff Blake. Pickens and Blake make the Bengals the best they can be.
Dick Enberg with Bob Trumpy and Hannah Storm. We're pleased you've joined us on this Saturday special edition of NFL on NBC, and invite you to be with us tomorrow for more key action beginning at 12:30 Eastern. Cleveland with its best field position start at the Dallas 45. Leading 10-7, 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Testaverde looking for a long one. Drills it downfield for Michael Jackson, broken up nicely. Kevin Smith on the coverage.
Interesting call.
Boy, that Testaverde, when he goes long, he reminds me of the former Ram star Roman Gabriel. He throws a clothesline. He didn't put a lot of air under these long attempts.
Well, Jackson does a good job of becoming defender there. You stop being a receiver and you start being a defender. He makes sure that there's no interception. I'm not a big fan of that particular call. Boy, you got defending world champions where you want them. Good field position. Let's pound it at them.
And the pounder is Leroy Horde. He gets it this time. And he gets it this time.
Now, see, they throw on first down. Well, let them celebrate. They've been quiet here for a while. They throw on first down. It forces 2nd and 10. Now, two things can happen. You're either going to throw or you're going to run inside. Whatever happens, you turn loose the defensive line. Now, 3rd and 10. This is not a good series for Cleveland. They need this conversion big time.
3rd and 12. Quick throw. And it's Michael Jackson close to a first down. He's at the 35.5. That'll be about a half-yard short.
Oh, this is a tough choice.
They make 11.5. So the loss on the run of 2 to Horde denies the first down, as Jackson has his 5th catch. And Bill Belichick, it'd be a long field goal try of about 53, and they're going to go for the first down on 4th and a yard.
He's sending in the meat.
That means James Jones is going to be the blocking back, number 96. Jones, 290 pounds. And Horde, in behind him, has the first down at the 34. Actually, Jones went outside and Horde took the inside route.
But if you look at Jones, the outside of Jones is about 3 yards from the inside of Jones. So he is a big fellow back there as a fullback.
He's a gapper.
Yes, he's a gapper. I'm not sure he even makes contact, but the guys up front do a good job of getting Cowboys on the ground. And Horde can make several choices. Again, now watch the lead block. He goes outside. That's a great job.
Herman Harvey, second-year man from Graham. Flags down. No play.
Everett never got the ball to the quarterback there.
False start. Offense prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
And Steve Everett graduated in 4 years from Michigan and is an accomplished artist, as is his father. In fact, he's going to have his second showing in Cleveland. He's a surrealist. I guess that's appropriate for an offensive lineman.
Absolutely. And it looked like the center was the last guy to get the message there as to when it was supposed to be snapped. Started 16 games last year as a rookie out of Michigan. Not missed a start this year.
They really like him. 1st and 15. Draw, and Horde wrapped up by Chad Hennings. Number 95, Hennings from the Air Force Academy. He is developing into a force defensively.
At 290 pounds, here's Hennings right here. They try to run the draw right at him. Unbelievable strength. He gets around the offensive guard, Bob Dahl, and makes the tackle. Very unusual. Andrew Beek on the sideline. Yeah.
Second and 18. Same play, only Metcalf runs it, and he squirts through all the way to the 25-yard line. That'll leave him 1 yard shy of a first down. 17-yard pickup for Eric Metcalf, who has rushed for only 270 yards on the season coming in.
You're going to see a lineman pull right out in front. There's an excellent Gene Williams, and Eric Metcalf with that excellent speed surprises the Dallas defense. He was through there in a hurry.
Third down. It's a long yard, about 1.5 yards, and in comes the 290-pound blocking back Jones with Horde behind him. He did that on his own. He was trapped by Chad Hennings in the backfield. Hennings had him, but Horde pranced away and has the first down at the 22.
Hennings beats the center. Everett just takes that inside move. Watch Hennings. He gets by the head of Everett, and Everett's able to get him on the ground. And you're right, Ed. Leroy Horde gets that foot up in the air and gets by that initial tackle. It's enough to pick up the first down.
And Horde wearily leaves the field.
Excellent job by Leroy Horde. Good, strong legs shown there.
Horde now with 86 yards in the game. Ernest Biner giving Horde a blow. Makes a yard. Leon Lett and Larry Brown from the secondary.
Should be coming right at you. Leon Lett again manhandling the center Everett. These are strong guys up front, but when Cleveland's needed that big play against this good front defensive line of Dallas, they've been able to execute.
In field goal range, the final seconds of the third quarter. On 2nd and 8, Testaverde to the tight end Pinson for 2. Darren Smith and James Washington make the tackle. So as we move to the fourth quarter, the Browns will have third down. They lead by 3, and they're inside the Dallas 20. As we'll be back after these messages from your local station. The Cleveland Browns, toughest to score against in the league. Dallas, the second highest scoring team in the league, and the defense has prevailed through 3. And the visitors from the banks of Lake Erie lead by 3. It's third down and 6. Ball at the 18. Metcalf, the running back behind Testaverde. He's to the 14-yard line, short of the first down by 1.5 yards. So Belichick playing it fairly conservative there, hoping to catch Dallas with a surprise. Metcalf up the middle. You wouldn't figure that. And here comes Stover looking for his 18th in a row. Stover, who was picked by the Giants in their final round in 1990 and was injured as a rookie and missed the Super Bowl year, and then Cleveland found him. 32-yard attempt. Bangs it home. He's been perfect. 18 out of 18, the Cleveland record, and the Browns have a 6-point lead.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Pontiac and your local Pontiac dealers. We are driving excitement. By Wendy's, after 25 years, quality is still our recipe. By Duracell batteries, the copper top tops them all. And by Miller Red Dog, bold yet smooth, unusually easy to drink. This is Red Dog territory.
Cleveland Browns took 6 minutes to go 30 yards and settle for the 32-yard field goal. Their lead is 6 as Stover spins one short. Kevin Williams at the 13. And he's out close to the 30-yard line. The Cowboys have only 1 yard on offense the second half as Aikman takes the field. Tomorrow NBC Sports presents more. Starts at 12:30 Eastern with NFL Live. Most of you will see a key game, AFC West. Elway, if he plays in Denver against Hostetler and the Raiders. East matchup has a couple of 7 and 6 teams, New England and Indianapolis, and a chance to see 2 brilliant young players, Drew Bledsoe and Marshall Faulk. Here's our lineup. Tomorrow starts at 12:30 Eastern. Aikman, 50% pitching, but 1 for the last 6. he down by contact? Yes. They whistle it back at the 46-yard line as Cleveland has its third pick.
Irvin slipped down. Turf still wet. Aikman expecting the deep slant by Irvin. Don Griffin stays on his feet, makes the easy interception, and there's no question he was down by contact. Again, watch the slip. Right on the letters, right on the numbers at about the 40-yard line.
And that's where it is slickest, on the painted part of the artificial carpet.
Seems to hold water a little more than the rest of the carpet, and yet another turnover for the Cowboys.
So Aikman's return to the Cowboys has not been as well blessed as fans in this part of the world had hoped. 3 interceptions. He's under 500 passing against this tough Cleveland defense, and the Browns have it at the 45. Wide open is Jackson. He breaks a tackle, and he's inside the 30. Larry Brown's area again. 16 more yards for the thriller, Michael Jackson.
Can you sense the confidence in Cleveland growing here? Just a hitch. Washington, the safety's got to get out there. He has the underneath coverage and can't quite get out there fast enough. I mean, Cleveland's doing something to Dallas that few people do down here in Dallas.
Leroy Horde trying to get outside. You don't do that often against these linebackers, and Dixon Edwards denies a gain of maybe 3.
Now, you know, Troy Aikman made a comment to us yesterday when we talked to him about the Dallas Cowboys. As you look at the turnover table by the Cleveland Browns, what next? And they had good results.
The Browns, as you pointed out earlier, when they lead in that turnover battle, they're 21-4 in their last 25 games, and they're ahead today 3-2. Jackson, but Larry Brown shut him off. He couldn't get clear, and Jackson thought it was an illegal check downfield, but Brown has the right to his part of the real estate as well.
And I think, too, as defensive backs get bigger along with receivers, you're going to have a lot of that hand fighting. I mean, they're both throwing punches there. It's hard for the official to decide exactly who started it. Aikman said to us yesterday something very interesting. We're normally on a roll at this time of the year, and I can't get a feel for this football team. He was right. They've not played a very emotional game today, the Dallas Cowboys.
Big third down. Screen it and incomplete, and probably, if you're a Cleveland fan, just as well, because he was very deep in his own backfield, and the white shirts were coming. So on arrives the place kicker, Matt Stover, who builds on his Cleveland record, 18 straight, and this young man from Dallas has a chance, if he makes this one, to put Dallas in a very tight squeeze, although there's 12 minutes plus remaining. This to force the Cowboys to score more than a touchdown. 43-yard attempt. Boy, like it has magnets right down the middle. Stover gives Cleveland a 16-7 lead.
Boy, this is a good job done by Tom Tupa. That ball is low. He does get it up, laces forward, and Stover hits it solid.
Brought to you by Domino's Pizza. Call now and order Domino's new Buffalo Wings, and we'll deliver them with your favorite pizza. When it's got to be good, it's got to be Domino's.
Back with a kickoff. The Browns in front 16-7, and it's Williams at the 5. Evan Williams. Oh, clotheslined at the 22-yard line by Frank Stams, former Notre Dame debate team star.
Again, the field goal to Snapper Everett. A good job by Tupa. And Stover, probably his career was not complete until he had a field goal at Texas Stadium. This is where he grew up. He hit that one solid. Yeah, that's just the way I pictured it when I was growing up here in the Dallas area.
Vinny Testaverde, who has led the Browns offensively, and now the other side, Troy Aikman, knows that the Browns have not allowed more than 2 touchdowns in a game for the last 6 weeks. Emmitt Smith to the 26-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 7. Stands in on that tackle, as well as Thomas Pepper Johnson.
Emmitt gets up limping there a little bit. You can see the frustration when he banged that ball on the ground. This is the guy they can't get hurt. This is the guy they need as many snaps as possible on offense.
Yeah, they won without Aikman, but without Emmitt, it might be a different story. And it's after a very bold first quarter. Smith 15, 19, 23 yards in the last 3 periods. He's the go-to guy and has the first down at the 34.
Steve on Moore. That's Carl Banks down on the ground grabbing his leg.
11-year veteran. Let's see what happens. Number 58 right there in your picture.
I think you're going to see him get hit by his own man as he sheds the block from Novacek. Yeah, one of his own defensive linemen just plows into his knee. Carl does get up, but he is limping and limping badly.
Banks giving that solid veteran experience at backer along with Pepper Johnson. Let's see who Belichick sends in. Mike Caldwell, 2nd-year backer from Middle Tennessee State, number 56. Shoulder just in time to pilfer that one. 18 yards for Urban.
Watch Langham's arm right through the arms of Urban here. There the arm is up. Urban big, strong, still hanging on to the football. Now Aikman's trying to fire up this football team, try to get them to play to their normal level.
Only the 3rd first down this half for Dallas. Tackles to the 41-yard line. A hard-earned 6. Gerald Dixon in the game at backer helps on the tackle. 91 yards for Smith.
This team has certainly won enough in previous seasons to know how to deal with situations like this, but at the same time, they can save this game with a typical defending Super Bowl championship team, but they have not played like that defending Super Bowl champion to this point.
Cleveland 16, Dallas 7. Approaching the 10-minute mark in the final quarter. Emmitt Smith. Another first down, and he's close to 100 yards now. That is right on the nose. 100 yards for Smith, the first back to get a century against the Cleveland defense this year.
Again, watch the sliding of Emmitt Smith here. Just a little slide back and forth. The weave, the bob. Stevon Moore hits him. Turner hits him, but not till he's well deep into the defensive backfield.
100 yards on 20 carries. Look at this. 3 different Browns had him in the backfield for a loss, and he finally gets out to the 30-yard line and turns a couple-yard loss into a couple-yard gain before James Jones and Caldwell can make the tackle. And 100 yards, a goal for every great runner. And of the active players, Herman Thomas the leader. Barry Sanders had 100 today, and now Emmitt Smith with 31. Surprising that Marcus Allen only 22 100-yard games.
Well, he did a lot of blocking those years out there with Bo Jackson, and he had a couple years of inactivity, didn't he?
Second down, Aikman throwing for Urban. That'll be another first down at the 17, and here come the Super Bowl champions.
From behind the offense, pass will be thrown to the left. Great confidence in Urban. Again, it's on Langham, who doesn't have bad coverage, but Urban just makes that quick break. The bump, the little push off, When you have a reputation like Michael Irvin, I think sometimes the receivers get away with those little hand checks.
This is only the second time Dallas has been inside the Cleveland 20 today. Smith buried. No gain. Maybe a yard loss, and the clock ticks to 8:22, 8:21.
Well, this is certainly not what the people in Dallas, Texas expected after the Browns lose to the Giants last week. Oh, this is just the Cleveland Browns. I mean, they've got 4 wins against Cincinnati and Houston. Who are they? They're nothing. They got an easy schedule. Uh-oh. Whoops.
And Switzer, of course, also noting that tend to let down. They clinched the NFC East. Dallas has. Swing it to Smith. Beats Dixon. Out of bounds with a close to a first down at the 8. 10-yard gain. Moore and Caldwell make the tackle. Gerald Dixon, number 51, couldn't get there.
Excellent job by Aikman. He's looking downfield as best he can, and then the acceleration of Emmitt Smith, not known as a particularly fast running back, but he can accelerate. There's the owner, Jerry
Jones with the Jones family. His father, Pat, on Thursday had very complicated triple bypass heart surgery, and the news is good for his father. Emmitt Smith sticking his helmet in the hole, and that'll be good enough for the first down for Dallas. First and goal, Cowboys, with 7:19 on the clock.
Dick, they have that emotional reserve. Doesn't it show? I mean, certainly in this drive, well, we put ourselves in this spot. Now we got to do something about it, fellas. Let's go get them.
Let me make sure I know now. Emotional reserve. Does that have 22 on its uniform by any chance?
Yes, a big part of it is Emmitt Smith, emotional reserve. You're right.
First and goal at the 6. Slips down and still makes 2 yards.
He's exhausted. This has been a lot of Emmitt Smith on this drive. Look at his ability to bounce up after he slipped. Bump, hand down, back up. Let's keep it going, fellas.
Built like Barry Sanders, short but strong, 209 pounds, 5'9". Looking for his 20th rushing touchdown of the season. He's got it. Emmitt Smith III. 20 touchdowns, 4 shy of the all-time NFL record. Riggins with 24. And with both touchdowns today for Dallas, he has 74 career touchdowns, and he's only 25 years of age. Extra point by Boniol, and the score now 16-14 Cleveland. Plenty of time left. This sellout crowd at Texas Stadium comes to life as their beloved Cowboys are within a field goal of a victory. And on the backs of Emmitt Smith, that last drive.
48 of the 78 yards at the hands of Emmitt Smith.
First player to gain 100 against Cleveland. First to score 2 touchdowns against Cleveland this year. Eric Metcalf. And he dances out to the 41-yard line on the return.
Dick, back to the touchdown. Moose Johnson is going to indicate where this draw goes, but you see Emmitt bounce back. Watch the block, 1 by Novacek and 2 by Nate Newton. The strong side is to the right, but when Emmitt Smith runs the ball, you've always got to think of the cutoff block on the backside. Executed to perfection by Nate Newton, and Jay Novacek, he's in the end zone.
Now the pressure shifts to the Cleveland Browns offense, and Vinny Testaverde. Good field position at the 41. 6 minutes, 9 seconds left. Leroy Horde for 4. Tolbert, the tackler. And We're now under 6 minutes to play. Horde having a big game, 94 yards, just as Cleveland stingy against the run. Only one man, Barry Sanders, has rushed for over 100 against Dallas, and Horde is closing in on that.
That 100-yard performance by Barry Sanders was also a winning performance down here in Dallas, too.
In overtime. Six-year veteran from Texas El Paso has had a big game against the run.
He has a lot of big games. This is a draw. Good job up front initially, but then Tolbert gets off the block, and he is right there in the backfield to stop Horde.
3rd and 7. Metcalf in. Horde out. Complete to Mark Carrier, his first catch today. Former teammate of Testaverde at Tampa Bay has a first down.
He used to be the big receiver in this offense, but he runs the crossing route underneath Schwantz, the linebacker who comes in the nickel package. He gets just enough for the first down. Schwantz is replacing Billy Bates out with that fractured thumb. Schwantz doesn't get a lot of playing time. They needed to stop that one. Big conversion by the Cleveland Browns.
At the Dallas 49, clock running at 4:18. To the 45. It'll be 2nd and 6. And if you're joining us late, that man, Leroy Horde, closing in on 100 yards, was on his way to a touchdown on the very first Cleveland possession. Hit by Haley from behind, fumbled at the 1, into the end zone, recovered by Dallas. Or the Cleveland Browns wouldn't be in quite such a nervous spot. But Horde, since that time, plowing for tough yards, now has 97. 3:37 left. Covered by Kevin. Check that. Darren Woodson or Larry Brown? It was Larry Brown.
Alexander takes the inside release on Brown. Watch the right arm of Brown. Makes no contact with the ball, but knocks the arms of Alexander down. Rookie receiver. When you get by that defender, you learn. Place yourself so that the ball can get to you. He let Brown beat him to the ball.
That stops the clock. Dallas likes that. And it's 3rd down and 6. Screen intended for Metcalf. And Darren Woodson headed red all the way. He was right in the thick of it.
The Browns offensive line also allowed the defensive lineman to release too quickly. Vinny's got to throw that too fast. Eric Metcalf doesn't even see it.
It's Kenneth Gant. Not Woodson, but Kenneth Gant who read it.
If Gant looks up, he might have a chance to catch that football.
Stops the clock with 3:22 remaining. Each team with all timeouts left. Kevin Williams back. Tupa to punt. Did they call time? Actually, Bill Belichick probably wouldn't want to waste it.
Running out. Timeout. Cleveland.
Oh.
Their first charge timeout.
That could be a valuable timeout in that part of the field. A very unusual timeout unless they didn't have the right personnel on the field.
And the race for the playoffs is on. John Elway and the Broncos have won 7 of their last 9. Now they face Jeff Hostetler and the Raiders in a big AFC matchup.
Raiders, Broncos. It's going to be a Wild West showdown.
Or the New York Giants take on the Bengals. Or regional action Sunday at 12:30 Eastern on NBC.
Every game so crucial, and let's hope your enjoyment provides as much drama tomorrow. Starts at 12:30 on NBC. Normally you just take a 5-yard penalty this part of the field, but a timeout call by Cleveland. And Tupa to Williams. Fair catch at the 8-yard line. Timeout. Dallas with the ball, trailing by 2, and 3 minutes plus to go. Stadium, and a reminder tonight, it's your only chance this year to see the Christmas classic, It's a Wonderful Life, and the only place you'll see it is on NBC. Jimmy Stewart, Donna Reed star in this NBC exclusive engagement, It's a Wonderful Life, tonight at 8, 7 Central, only on NBC. Now, how do I go from Jimmy Stewart to this picture?
Well, no, it would be a wonderful life if the Cleveland Browns defense can hold Dallas here and Cleveland get out of here with a victory.
Well, it'll be a wonderful life for Dallas, too, if they can rally from 9 points down late in the game. It has been terrific stuff and reminds us how close we are to playoff action.
And this has certainly been a playoff performance by the Cleveland Browns. I mean, the pressure was on them. There was little or nothing at stake for Dallas except the week off in the playoffs, the home field advantage, and sometimes those incentives aren't really enough.
No, wait a minute. I disagree. I think they still think that San Francisco is going to lose a game and that they can move ahead and get home field against the Niners should it go that far.
Well, they got to play a lot better than they have today against Cleveland in order to compete with San Francisco.
No, you're right about that.
And historically, Dallas has not had performances like this very often.
Well, Troy Aikman has it right in his lap, although he's not had the field position enjoyed by Vinny Testaverde, as you can see. And he starts here, even worse than his 19. He's on the 8-yard line. Needs to get it to the 30 for what could be a winning field goal try. He's got plenty of time, and he's got all his timeouts. Novacek, the tight end, finally with a catch and tackled at the 13-yard line, a gain of 5. Jay Novacek with his 37th reception of the year. One of the great owners in the NFL, Art Modell, here from Cleveland to cheer the Browns. Into the flat to Johnston. And Moose, does he get out of bounds? No. Ruled down by contact inbounds, shy of the 15. So there's 2 plays for short yardage and injured Brown, Antonio Langham.
That looked like a knee right to the helmet of Langham. Johnston hit him right on the helmet. Leave him alone. Eric Turner's trying to roll him over there. Leave him alone.
2:29 left.
Setting up the downfield stuff. Sure-handed Daryl Johnston. Now watch the helmet. The knee, well, just kind of rejected that helmet back.
Johnstone, because of he uses all the biggest pads. He's 238 pounds, but he just looks like he weighs about 268.
I think he wants to look like he weighs 268. Makes his job a little easier.
Langham holding his shoulder, and young kid from Alabama playing so well today. Pride and joy of Town Creek, Alabama. Isaac Booth replaces him. 3rd down and 2. He straightened up. What a tackle inside by number 56, Mike Caldwell. He's replacing the injured Carl Banks. And that's going to be short of the 1st down. It's going to force Dallas to spend a timeout with 4th down and about, well, a long one.
Boy, what's the decision that Mary Switzer has here? There's no good decision here, Dick.
And, well, that's while you contemplate. Good decision always on Sunday night is to watch Earth 2. All new Sequest, both all new. And then Chevy Chase Stars and Christmas Vacation. That's our Sunday lineup tomorrow at 7 o'clock, 6 Central on NBC.
The way that Dallas is talking on the sideline here, this is a no-brainer. I mean, they got to go for it. 4th and very, very short. 2:14 to go.
Well, and it's probably closer to 2 yards than 1.
There is no good decision here. I mean,
with 2 minutes and 14 seconds left, the game comes down to this play if you're a Cleveland Browns rooter. Covered by Cleveland, not that it mattered, and the Browns have
It looks like Bill Johnson, number 94. Troy Aikman never got the football. You see Johnson on Stepnoski. He's got a crucial block there. That was going to be a pass. Troy Aikman never got the football.
And Bill Johnson, third-year lineman from Michigan State, swallows it up, and the defense of Bill Belichick has been the difference. We said today that it was perhaps even Dallas offense, Cleveland defense, and Art Modell says, and our offense against the Dallas defense was good enough. 16-14.
Well, Pittsburgh. Here comes Cleveland to Three Rivers Stadium next week.
But there's still 2:11 left. Don't forget last week the Eagles thought they were driving in to win it. Leroy Horde driven back as the Cowboys think fumble, and the clock ticks down to the 2-minute timeout. The Cleveland Browns looking for their 10th win of the year. No time called up by Dallas before the 2-minute timeout. Emmitt Smith has done his part, but Troy Aikman showing some rustiness after a couple of weeks off. Not as sharp as we have seen him. 3 interceptions and now a fumbled snap from center. That's all part of that rhythm. He was very candid with us yesterday. You know, at this time the last 2 years, we just flat out knew we were good and on a roll. We just had it together. We just felt it, the whole team.
Yeah.
Said, I don't feel that at this time this year. Now this is coming from a man whose team is 11-2.
But then, Dick, when he made that comment, I was initially struck with Jimmy Johnson took care of the emotion of this football team when he fired him up early in the week. Barry Switzer does not take that approach. He has turned that over to the players. Gentlemen, you got to get it done. You're the 2-time defending world champion. And the Dallas Cowboys, I think, are in uncharted water here by themselves. Now, this is a great opportunity for Barry Switzer to insert himself in the rest of this season and say, you can't do it? Fellas, I'll do it for you. And he will.
Dallas has a timeout plus the 2-minute timeout. Deflected. Oh, Tony Tolbert with a big mitt up there to bat that one. If that flops into his arms, there's going to be a lot of noise in Big D. Look at Tolbert.
He senses what is coming, and when he disengages from Orlando Brown, oh, maybe with 2 hands, he might have made the interception.
This you'll see It's a Wonderful Life this year. An NBC holiday exclusive. It's a Wonderful Life tonight at 8, 7 Central.
Bob Hope welcomes the stars of the AP All-America team.
Bob, we've decided to retire your old jersey.
Plus 40 years of the hottest holiday stars. Bob Hope's all-new Christmas, NBC Wednesday.
The Cleveland Browns, a victory should they complete their work here in Dallas that would certainly build in many ways for them as they close out this season. 3rd and 13, 1 timeout left for Dallas. Ford now in position for Matt Stover's 4th field goal as Dallas uses its final timeout. So Dallas's defense held Cleveland in check. A field goal still does not assure victory for Cleveland, and there's plenty of time left. But this to make a touchdown, it'll take a touchdown to beat Cleveland if Stover is successful 4 out of 4. We have the big game tomorrow. The late game at 4 o'clock. Teams that are 7-6 in the West, the Broncos and the Raiders. Denver, the 0-4 start. They were asking for Wade Phillips' scalp and have put the things together, especially defensively, and so have the Raiders for that matter. Art Shell told us this was his best team. They didn't play like it the first half of the year, but they are now, and the victory on Monday night at San Diego will certainly build toward their confidence going toward the playoffs.
Raiders defense outstanding, one of the best there is in the game, and of course still the big question, does Elway play or not?
Looking for his 20th consecutive field goal. 32 yards away. So the kid comes home. Matt Stover, a Dallas native, kicks his 4th consecutive today, his 20th in a row this season, and the Browns lead is 5.
Again, good snap, good solid hold. And Matt Stover is kicking like he's kicked in Texas Stadium his entire career. This has got to be so special for the young man. And on the sideline, the first famous football 32, Jim Brown.
Art Modell able to see his team move ahead by 5. Couldn't blame him if he wanted a little more than that.
Oh, yes. You never have enough when you're playing the defending Super Bowl champion.
So the Cleveland Browns, the toughest defense to score against, now say, okay, Dallas, you're the best in the NFL the last 2 years. We've taken the turnovers. You've gotten 3 field goals out of them. We have a 5-point lead, and you'll get your final chance to win it. But you've got to beat our stingy defense without a timeout. Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin and company with the heavy armor well in place.
Well, just to show you the faith of the fans of the Dallas Cowboys, they're still here. They still think that Dallas can pull this game out.
Kevin Williams, who has a couple of kick returns for touchdowns this year, stands inside the 10. Stover to the 6. Gets a crease. And he's out to the 47-yard line. Stover in on the tackle. Return for Kevin Williams.
It can come from so many different ways. Just that little edge, that little bit of enthusiasm. A nice big return here gives the offense great field position.
Credit Godfrey Miles with that block that opened the crease to the left. This is the best start of the game. Field position for Aikman. The 37-yard line. Marking the 36 by Alvin Harper.
But he didn't get out of bounds. With no timeouts left, he should have gotten out of bounds.
He wanted to make sure in that play that he got the ball. That was a tough, low throw from Aikman. Williams slotted right. Over the middle to Emmitt Smith, and the clock will run as a tackle made by Mike Caldwell. Done a good job filling in. 1 minute to go. Aikman hit. Complete to Irvin. Trying to get out of bounds. He does not. Good play by Don Griffin to hold him in bounds until help came.
I can't believe they didn't throw a flag on that last reception. There was contact everywhere, Dick.
Ball at the 22 with a first down. 30 seconds left.
He's staying in the umpire. That took too long to get the ball lined up. It cost us 6 or 8 seconds.
28 ticks left on the clock. You couldn't orchestrate better drama. You get the team regarded by many as the best in the league, and you put them in a position where they have to win it under the direst circumstances.
Watch this last reception. See Irvin push off, almost throws Griffin to the ground. No flag. It's allowed, but he doesn't get out of bounds.
8 catches for Michael Irvin, 102 yards. And Irvin was really nailed on the play. Pepper Johnson got him. Throws that one away and avoids the sack and stops the clock as Pepper Johnson and Rob Burnett were in his face. 23 seconds left. It's 3rd down and 10.
Dallas only had 3 receivers in the pattern there, Dick, on that 2nd and 10.
Aikman now 19 out of 32, 168 yards. Emmitt Smith, the running back. Williams motion. Over the middle, to the 7-yard line to Kevin Williams. He'll try to get his team up there and stop the clock, unless he pulls a Marino. 10 seconds remain. 2 plays, at least.
Kevin Williams in motion was a touch of brilliance. They run the delay. He gets underneath the coverage. An excellent catch, a nice throw. The closest man in coverage was
Stacey
Hairston. And Aikman is looking all the way. Excellent call.
Cleveland Browns call time. That defensive line on this drive really look tired, so they're going to use a timeout to talk it over and to get some rest.
Well, you got 2 of the biggest wide receivers in the game. It is second down. If you can't play R.C. Owens with him here a couple of times, once to Harper and once to Irvin in the end zone, it is just get him up, let the receivers go for him.
This is where Troy Aikman will have his input. The offensive brain trust upstairs, the sidelines all working together. They practice every day. They go through film studies for this situation. What do? You got 2 plays left and the ball's on your opponent's 6-yard line and the game is in the balance.
And here's the best thing about the Dallas Cowboys. You got Irvin, Harper, Novacek, and Smith. All 4 want the ball.
And a reminder that you weren't with us earlier. The first touchdown was scored by Emmitt Smith on a pass reception. The first time he's caught a touchdown pass all year, and it was in this spot on the field. Harper right, Irvin left, Novacek slotted on the left, Johnston out on the right. In the storied history of the Cleveland Browns, but in modern history, this is huge. Their first 10-win season in 8 years since Schottenheimer was coach. They come to the Super Bowl champions home, and they stop them on the 1-yard line on the final play of the game to win it 19-14.
Dick, Novacek's feet slipped out from underneath him. It's been a problem all day here on the carpet at Texas Stadium, and he just couldn't quite get the footage to get into the end zone. It's a tight end delay. Aikman looks away. It's going to be coming right at you. Johnson releases underneath. Here comes. Now watch his feet. Again, slips out from underneath him. It's happened all day long.
Eric Turner, the all-pro safety, the young safety, denied him the end zone. Switzer, it looked like a touchdown when Novacek caught it. I think everyone in this crowd, they got 50.5 of the 51 yards on the drive. And the Cleveland Browns defense, the Dallas Cowboys 19-14.
This game is a game of inches.
Art Modell not sure. He's going to wait before he celebrates. He said, you may have seen it with your heart. Now it's for real, and the Browns exploded off the bench. His young defensive coordinator, Nick Saban, on his way to Michigan State. You can play the Cleveland Browns fight song now. Now the Cleveland Browns, who haven't allowed more than 2 touchdowns in 7 straight games, do it again, and they beat Dallas.